Hello everyone, welcome to Simproved, Fry speaking here, and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. Today we are going to do a highly inspired townhouse palace, I would say, by the new HBO show The Gilded Age. It's from the same creators of Downton Abbey, and production design was by Bob Shaw. It's really cool. I actually just watched it, to look, how the costumes are and how the houses look and stuff like that. And I absolutely fell in love with the house of the Russells in this show. So yeah, the Gilded Age was roughly around 1870 till 1900 in the USA. It was this time where there was large economic growth. The first real billionaires, millionaires kind of flocked to the city. And also in the show, it's like this nouveau riche against the, I would call it the American royalty. And here we have a house, like during this time period, lots of these newly rich people, nouveau riche, they built themselves kind of like palace, castle-like townhouses. They look like, like a whole apartment block, but basically have the aesthetic and like the rich experience and like interior design that, I don't know, for example, Sanssouci, Versailles kind of would have. So yeah, that was highly inspired, of course, by these palaces because, these people really wanted to show off. And I kind of like this whole idea to build something like this because usually, townhouses that I see built in The Sims are, apartments. And don't get me wrong, they are, of course, way more interesting for Sims gameplay, but I'm always like, yeah, it's an apartment. It's kind of, for me, a little bit boring. So while I was watching the show, I was like, oh my god, this is so beautiful. It's kind of like a castle interior design, but the exterior is kind of very chic. So yeah, what I did here is, of course, watch the show, took lots of screenshots. I also, looked at some of the art design and stuff like that I could find. But this is just a mere copy kind of Sims version. So I would say it's highly inspired by this house, and I'm pretty sure you guys who have watched this series will, recognize it. But since we have to build it in, of course, the San Myshuno world, the Spice Market district, this lot is just 30 by 30, I think. It's like really small, like for my usual, lot sizes. But no, of course, it's still not small because we have 4 stories high and, of course, a whole basement area. So it's still quite big, for Sims playing. Apparently can never be built small, but yeah, I will try my best. Anyways, I really love that idea about, like Downton Abbey, it's also like, downstairs is the servants and upstairs is this, it's the same here. It's the same here. We have the whole basement with the kitchen, everything here as well. So I really tried to do the layout as best as possible, recreate this, but while I started building this, another kit came out for The Sims 4, and it's the Decor to the Max kit with these very colorful, elaborate maximalism kind of interior design pieces. And I thought, hey, this would be the perfect, kind of idea to put this in and try this out exactly in this kind of build. Because, the last thing I did was this medieval castle keep from The Witcher. So I was like, okay, I kind of need something fun and not like ruiny, dull. Don't get me wrong, I really love that Witcher castle, but, you sometimes have to spice it up. So I thought this would be cool to test them out. So, of course, I will not use some colors. This is absolutely NoCC. As always, all my builds are CC free. You can download them right away, free for you all in the gallery. And I also put the link, of course, down in the video description for you, so you can find it much more easily. But yeah, what I really loved about this house was this huge foyer with the stairs, and I just thought it looks so cool. They have, for example, pink marble. Like everything is very over the top because they kind of are show-offy people, you know, living there. And since they are so show-offy, I thought, you know, decor to the max maximalism kit. I think all the Sims viewers already know about this kit. Is very out there. So we have lots of colors and everything. So in the beginning, I started with the downstairs level, which is also the stuff that we see a lot more in the show, and the bedrooms and all that stuff is kind of not that well shown, I would say. You know, we have lots of close-ups again. Also, this house doesn't exist like in real life. As always, when I do these show recreations, they have an exterior shot also with CGI. So they just have like a fake house, so to speak. It doesn't really exist. And in the interior, they did it on sets, probably, I guess. So yeah, everything doesn't really match up. I had a smaller lot, so I couldn't make it as big and grand as it actually is, or supposed to be, let's just say it like that. And of course, the colors don't match. It's The Sims 4. We don't have the color swatches. We can't change the colors that much, but I kind of wanted to have, if you play with this and if you download this, you have this grand feeling of like maybe a Gilded Age house. So there won't be any electronics, but we will already have some, you know, light fixtures. So we have that. So we mix it with candles and like lamps. So we have that, but you won't see a big, I don't know, LED display TV somewhere or something like that. So I wanted it to be kind of accurate, if you know what I mean, but yeah. And in this, if you ask yourself why there are so many flower bouquets everywhere, they have that in the show too. Probably because, you know, everything for me while I was building is set up for a ball. Because they have a ball, sorry for the spoilers, but there will be a cool ball and other soirees and stuff like that. And then I always go over the top with the decorating with like plants and all that stuff. And I thought, okay, we're gonna do this here too. This is gonna be fantastic and kind of over the top, you know. So the first thing that you could see is the foyer with the cool stairs, and then I went into the living room, and here we have the office part. So yeah, by the way, I looked at, there's like for 2 or 3 seconds you see like a floor plan in the first episode, because then they just move into the new house here. And I studied that thing, and it looks like the breakers from, you know, the very famous Vanderbilt mansion. That is, by the way, open for visitors, apparently. So if you are living right near that, please do that for me, because I would totally visit that house and kind of have a look at it. Anyways, so this was highly inspired by the breakers, the Vanderbilt mansion. So yeah, look it up. Maybe I can put a link down in the description as well for you. Anyways, and you know, it wasn't really shown where the office was, for example. It was clear where the dining hall is and where like the library is, apparently. But yeah, you know, I have to improvise here. Of course, there will not be as many rooms as the actual house actually has, but yeah, for example, there is somewhere apparently in this huge house a very marbled pool table room. I don't know. But yeah, this one, for example, is not here. But like the Sims gameplay wise, we have the large, very decorated dining, you know, room. Again, with lots of flowers and bouquets and lots of gold. And it's kind of very show-offy. And that's what I really liked about the whole house. It's, yeah, show-offy, if that is like a thing. So show-off-ish. Very extravagant and kind of tacky, sorry to say, but you know, it's like this kind of tacky that's good sort of thing, you know. I could never live there. I guess if I would have this house, it would totally look, but like for the time period and like for the people that live there, it's accurate, I guess. So yeah, it's kind of lots of fun. And also downstairs I will put Mr. Russell's, by the way, the family living there is called the Russells. Anyways, the master of the house, you know, he is a businessman, and he has like the railroad business, I guess. He's doing the railroads. And therefore there's like a huge map. That's all like little kind of knickknacks that you can see in the show. And I kind of wanted to incorporate this here, and also I have like a table, where they can do meetings and stuff like that. And then on the upstairs level, I will put the 2 master bedrooms for him and her. So, Mrs. Russell and Mr. Russell have separate bedrooms, of course. And all of them, by the way, have a bathroom, which is super luxurious for that time. But in The Sims 4, it makes sense, and I finally have like, yes! No chamber pots. Since we don't have chamber pots, and in every medieval build I kind of do, I always have to do these fancy bathrooms, so just like Sims gameplay work. So yeah, this time I could do bathrooms, and it was kind of fun. I will also show a little bit of them, because I know you guys always complain about me not showing bathrooms. But like seriously, there's like a toilet, a shower, or maybe a bathtub and a sink. So, there's not much special. Like, I don't like doing bathrooms. They're kind of boring. There's just like a limited kind of thing. But here we could go over the top. So this is Mrs. Russell's room. I had to do lots of the rugs myself, with like pool decorations and part rugs. I think one is from like Get Famous or something. And then I kind of sized them down and up, and kind of did the decorating on the rug itself, which is just carpet. So yeah, to have like this different carpets that we don't have in game, so I had to make them myself. Basically, that's what I did a lot. And I also used, as you can see, tulle a lot. So you will see me size down and size up some sort of paintings, for example, and like light fixtures sometimes and stuff like that. So I just thought that would be, to kind of have things match. I'm definitely not a tool mod kind of wizard here like other simmers are, but minimally I kind of use it, of course, as well. By the way, you don't need the tool mod yourself. You don't need any CC or any mods for downloading this. If you have the certain packs that this house uses, which is basically all of them, then you can, just use it right away. There's no CC list, as always. Don't stop asking me for the CC. I don't use CC. But yeah, I thought this is like a fun little thing. I also did the whole bathrooms are all the same layout, by the way. And they are very fun though, because there's like ottomans and like flower bouquets and like gold everywhere. It's kind of fun. And yeah, for the fans of the show, I know you guys, this is like not super accurate as in the show. I just wanted to transport that whole feeling about it, and I really wanted to use that decor to the max kit, but sometimes it just didn't feel right. Like the actual wall panel pieces that come with that kit, I was really, really happy about at first, but now I kind of realized that it's like the idea behind it is really good, but as you can see, they are too big, like too thick, and too thin from like the width, if this makes sense. So they don't stretch over the diagonals, for example, which is really annoying in my opinion. And I just wanted it to be, kind of fitting. And also we have some problems with the columns to these wall panels, but I really wanted to use them because that was like my first thing built with the decor to the max kit. Anyways, here's the ballroom. Of course I wanted to have a ballroom because I know you guys love ballrooms and huge libraries. Like that's a thing that excels quality for Sims players. I don't know why that is, because for me personally, it's like gameplay-wise a little bit dull, but there is a dance floor, and I put like the biggest dance floor there, and the Sims will also slow dance and like dance there, but the dance floor looks really, really, not the best, let's just say it like that. But I will, because there's like this chromatic chrome kind of silver lining around it, because I think it's like more thought up for like a disco. So I have to put lots and lots of ornaments again around it. Basically, a lot of this in the build is like playing around with different floor patterns and these really weird, wonky wall pieces and different wallpapers that I, by the way, usually would have never used. So I'm actually kind of happy that I could use them here because they're so out there. And I'm like, oh God, these are so, it's like just horrible. But here it kind of felt, it made me happy to use them because finally I could use them. They are kind of too much out there and also a little bit childish, simlish. But I thought in this build it kind of makes sense, It's this typical, oh my god, it's so tacky, it sparks joy. But yeah, so the ballroom works. They can dance there. I also put some tables and chairs there so they can sit down and maybe eat, because there will be a buffet table from the wedding pack. So, so your Sims don't have to go down and up. And, we all know that we don't have really like servants in the Sims game. And, you can't just do a ball, which would be cool, by the way, Sims team. Maybe there should be a party called Ball and they all really dress up fancy and have like nice dances and stuff like that, because I'm pretty sure lots of people will appreciate that. Anyways, there's a little stage as well for the musicians. I know we don't have working stages, so your Sims can't play in synchronicity, but it's the thought that counts. By the way, I will also hide a gramophone behind it so they can play music, but apparently Sims can also dance without music on the dance floor now, so that's good. This is my favorite room here. This is Gladys's room. So she's like a teenage girl, there's this whole coming of age story behind her, and I wanted to have it kind of luxurious, and I could, try out new colors here. The only inspiration that I had is like some screenshots from the show, and she has like a yellowish bedroom, and then I was like, okay, we're just gonna spice it up with the peacock wallpaper and blue and white, and it's gonna look really, really stunning. But I will also put, for example, a stuffed toy there and like some toys to kind of still show that it's like a teenage girl kind of living there, So we have that whole thing about she not being totally grown up. And I think that whole color choice we have here also shows that, if you know what I mean. So I kind of like this room a lot because I just personally love the blue and white. And with the yellow, it looks quite cool. So yeah, that's the third level. For the Americans, and for the Europeans is the second level, if you know what I mean. So we have the ballroom in the middle, and then on the sides we have the master bedrooms again for the, well, not master bedrooms, but still like kind of master bedrooms for Gladys and her brother that I forgot what his name is again. Anyways, they have, of course, their bathrooms and their bedrooms also on this floor. So yeah, all really cool. In my opinion, it's a little bit too many bathrooms, but people have scolded me that I don't put enough bathrooms in my builds. For gameplay wise, apparently Sims are, kind of dumb when it comes to using a bathroom, apparently. So it's always nice to have lots of them in builds. So here we go, guys, lots of bathrooms. I personally would have put a nursery or like a, I don't know, sewing room or something like that in there. But yeah, you guys need bathrooms. So here you go. And this is the bedroom of the student kind of age son. He just, I think, finished Harvard or something in the story. Anyways, we never see it. And I built this, by the way, in a Twitch stream, and we all kind of thought, okay, it would be really cool if he's gay. Because I needed some sort of explanation why this is so super colorful, in my opinion. Like, we had this really cool dark blue, royal blue swatch for the wall panels, and I was like, I kind of want to use this. I want to use this. And then there was this really funky wallpaper again. And I was like, okay, we're gonna use this. I don't care. Maybe it's like an eccentric auntie living there. I don't care. But yeah, we just thought it would be fun if there is like some sort of sexual orientation, or at least, something like that. Like there's some sort of representation about that too in the show. Anyways, I thought it's a nice bedroom because the colors are very funky, and it was weird to use the decor to the max kit with all the other base game and other pack stuff. It's, in my opinion, still hard to do, like in a nice, because it's thought to be for a modern house, right? Like this new maximalism kind of thing that's now a new trend against the minimalism that has been preached over the last year. So now people are like, I go maximalism and like lots of colors and patterns, but it's all like kind of made for a modern house. So it was a little bit hard to use the old-time-ish looking Victorian stuff from the Vampires kit or like Realm of Magic and stuff like that. It was weird to match them because sometimes the colors didn't match and like the patterns were really off. Anyways, it was fun to do the upstairs. The upstairs was fun. And I really love to do the downstairs basement, which we see, of course, in the show a lot. And I thought this is cool, you know, thinking about how that layout is, because I have never looked at the servants' quarters that, you know, closely how they are. So I was like thinking about logistics. How is this possible? Where does stuff go? So we have a whole room that is kind of like maintenance, kind of, you know, there's woodworking, but it's also kind of like just a storage room. And I think we don't see that in the show, but we see the kitchen a lot, and there's like this glass door showing off into another room, which I just personally just thought it's like where they put the plates together and put it on like little serving trays and stuff like that to then bring to the is it called the food elevator? I forget what it's called in English. I don't even know what it's called in German, but yeah, you know what I mean. The kitchen was kind of hard because I was like, which side is like the stoves, and I was looking at it, I was like, this is just so weird. I had to use different kind of countertops and stoves and like tables, and we all know that the swatches all are very wonky, and wooden swatches don't really mix and match, and sometimes I really had a perfect wooden swatch on like a counter, but it has this really modern knobs and handles and stuff, and I was like, oh, no, I can't use that. Kind of really destroys the whole feeling about it if this particular error in the handles and stuff looking very modern is repeated again, because we have you know, you don't put down like one counter, you put down 5 of them, and then it's really apparent that it's like not matching. Anyways, I really like this whole idea behind it. By the way, downstairs there's 2 bathrooms again. The look, of course, not as super cool and fancy like the upstairs bathrooms, but yeah, Sims gameplay I've already told you. And then there's like 2 bedrooms as well for like the main butler. In Sims we only can have 1 butler and like 1 gardener, I think, that comes, but that doesn't live on the lot. Anyways, there is a room for your main butler, you know, so you can use it if you have the, now let me think, the vintage glamour stuff pack came with the butler, right? So yeah, if you need that, go ahead. And I think if you want other servants, you can order a gardener and a housemaid that comes during the day and stuff like that. So yeah, so here we have a little look at everything. You can pause the video if you want to recreate this and build yourselves. I hope you get a nice overview of everything. And now we go into the panning shots. So yeah, you guys can see what the hell is even going on here. And I really like it. I really like how it looks. It's very decorated. I had to play around. It's a very simple shape though. It's a box basically. It's a fancy box. So I would say just build wise, if you want to do something like that and like kind of, you know, think about like train your building, because people always ask me if there are tips. I would say a box is not that bad. Try decorating your box first. Maybe you see here something that you kind of like. But yeah, there's so many stuff you can do with making a box look great. For example, here you can see there's just like some annexes, for example, on the sides, balconies, stuff like that. And it could look really great. So I would say build-wise, this is not even that complicated. It was more decorating. And for those who don't know, I hate decorating in the game. It's, yeah, it takes a lot of time, so I'm not usually that into. I always love to do exteriors, but the interiors are always like, ugh. Yeah, also take like 3 times more time to come up with interiors and kind of make the whole layout work than the exterior. The exterior is always like my favorite thing to do. But yeah, the foyer looks really, really great. I really love it, and everything is very, you know, golden and out there and extravagant, and maybe you can call it maximalism. I don't care, but I personally think it was a fun thing because I used lots of stuff that I would have never used before, especially not in that kind of combination. But it was fun. you know, also thinking about if you want to replay the whole Gilded Age, you know, servants downstairs, upstairs, there's like rich people living kind of idea, you can do this here in The Sims 4. And I thought, you know, for gameplay, that's maybe something that could interest some of you. And of course, I highly recommend the show. You know, watch it if you can. And if you are into Downton Abbey, you probably will like this too. I personally enjoyed this more because, you know, it's a little bit more tacky, more out there. Just by the production design. By the way, production design was by Bob Shaw, art direction was by Laura Bellinger, set decoration by Regina Graves and Philippa Culpepper. Yeah, I always look that stuff up. I'm one of these people who also watch the Oscars for production and set design. But yeah, I hope that you like this one. So yeah, like I said, it is on the Sims 4 gallery. You can download it for free as all of my builds. NoCC was used. I used some mods for, you know, making it easier for myself by building this, but you don't need any CC or mods for downloading this. I used all of the packs that the Sims 4 has for now, which is a lot of them. So if you don't have certain packs, feel free to download this house yourselves, put it into your, you know, visit it with your sim, and stuff will be either deleted if you don't have the pack, or they will replace it. For example, if you have a certain chair is from a pack you don't own, there will be another chair from another pack you have. So it may all look very wonky. See, the ballroom is working as well, but yeah, this is a fun build, and I really hope you like it. Now we go downstairs to the servants' quarters, so you can go through that gate, and then there's a little stairs on the outside, and there's this whole moat kind of thing around it, so the servants even have real windows, and it works in the you know, in the Sims 4 as well. See, I even put this food elevator thing in. I think it's like a trash chute in The Sims, but yeah, it's supposed to be the food elevator. And yeah, I really like the downstairs as well. Kind of looks very fancy, you know. Very nice looking kind of thing I did there. And yeah, everything works. I play tested it, so you know, your Sims can cook in the kitchen, use the bathroom, sleep in the beds. So yeah, that whole thing is working, and I hope, you know, for your gameplay this is working as well. And I really hope that this build, of course, inspired you for your buildings, for your gameplay. Please feel free to download this. You know, once you have downloaded, you know, I do this for you guys because I rarely play The Sims, but I really like to build houses for them. So if you have any other suggestions, put it down in the, you know, in the comments. And yeah, that's basically it. And I want to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.